American military presence in the Baltics has been reinforced in response to the Russian military exercises held on both sides of the Sawatki Gap in Kaliningrad and Belarus. With more than 40,000 military personnel involved, ships, tanks, planes, and helicopters, it's the biggest military exercise ever held in the region. Camp Hercus, the new permanent U.S. base in the region, is at the epicenter of tensions as U.S. and Russian military exercises are held simultaneously less than 20 miles away from each other.
The need for the permanent deployment of U.S. forces in Lithuania is more apparent than ever, and we are looking forward to continuing to take advantage of opportunities to enhance the interoperability of our forces, providing a credible deterrent against any potential aggression, and to operate more effectively should deterrence fail.
General Bennett, you are in charge of U.S. military operations in the region. Why are U.S. forces in such close proximity to the Russian exercise? Don't you fear this aggressive posture could lead to an escalation?
Last time I checked, Lithuania was a sovereign country. If it is their wish to host permanent U.S. forces on their soil, I don't see why Moscow should have a say in that. Now, if you excuse me, I have a military exercise to prepare.
Thank you, General Bennett.
Good morning, Commander. So, have you seen me on the news? Everyone's talking about this exercise. It's not every day you see such a display of power. Reminds me of Desert Storm in '91. Ah, the good old days. Anyway, Major Williams, how are the preparations coming along?
The men are ready, General. We can begin the exercise.
All right then, showtime.
Oh, one last thing, General. A special diplomatic envoy sent by Washington has demanded to meet you. Counselor Miller?
Of course it's Miller. No military demonstration in the world is complete without this vulture showing up. His stupid face is the last thing I want to see today. So let's go. We're on a schedule.
원 군사훈련이길래 이렇게 규모가 커? 걔네들이 대항군이구만? 아, 이게 앞으로 거쳐 만들었네. 나무 같은 거. 훈련 리얼하게 잘한다.
Miller keeps calling and won't give me a break if I don't throw him a bone. Go pick him up at his hotel and take him for a tour, Commander. Show him around the base, do whatever you want, as long as you keep him out of my hair. And take Williams with you. No offense, but she's more talkative than you.
Well, Commander, I guess we're the bone then. Miller's hotel is on the way to the training area.
플레이어는 파란색, 아군은 녹색, 적은 빨간색 중립해서. 여기다. 아까 뭐라 했어? 밀러를 데리러 가라. 그래픽 나쁘지 않은데? 근데 너무 해석화가 안 돼 있나? 뭔가 좀 내 컴퓨터가 뿌린 건가?
units from all 3 Baltic states regrouped here. Lithuanian artillery, mechanized infantry from Latvia, as well as reservists in armored vehicles from Estonia. They have different equipment, different tactics, speak different languages. Creating an interoperable force in this region is a real headache.
Moving out. Roger. Moving out.
아, 왜 도로에 또 이렇게 하나 있다. 씨, 빠른 이동이 따로 있구나. 이건 뭐야?
Miller keeps calling. What are you doing, Commander? Go get him so he'll leave me alone. Why?
Counselor Miller, I am Major Williams. It's a pleasure to have you with us. The commander and I will show you around on our way to the general. Please hop in.
Well, it's about time. Let's go. Take me to the training ground first. I need to make sure that our equipment is showcased in the best possible conditions.
The exercise is about to start, so you will be able to see for yourself. But I didn't know there was a show.
This whole exercise is for show, Major. A show of force for our potential enemies, but also an arms fair for our partners.
I see. And which partners are we trying to impress today, Counselor?
That's confidential. Just drive, Major. Are we there yet, Major?
Almost, sir. This is the artillery training ground, Counselor. Here our soldiers practice fire mission procedures. The commander will make a demonstration for you.
Well, let's see how much time it'll take you to hit all these targets, Commander.
Skylight for his house. Copy. Call for fire received.
Dispersion increases with distance. That's why more rounds are needed to hit targets located further away. Smart munitions don't have this problem. They are much more accurate and can correct their trajectory to hit a target designated by a laser.
Fire coordinates received.
As you can see, our latest battlefield management interface enables extremely responsive fire missions.
It was I who sold that concept to Congress. Glad to see it works in practice, too.
So how is your hotel, Counselor? I've heard it's quite fancy.
Apart from the fact that I was woken up every 20 minutes by helicopters passing right over my head, it was lovely. Hey, why is the radar of this Patriot turned off?
Air defense, standing by.
It's the standard procedure to keep the radar turned off by default, to keep the unit mobile and avoid destruction by anti-radiation missiles. They can still use their backup tracking systems to target aircraft, but in this mode, their detection and engagement range are limited.
Then switch this radar on, Commander. Let's see how far target practice drones can be detected and engaged. Wow, the range of these missiles is impressive.
와, 개쩐다.
The efficiency of the radar depends on the altitude of the target. Low-flying aircraft are harder to detect, and helicopters cannot be targeted at all as they fly below the minimum detection altitude of the radar. That's why short-range air defense, SHORAD, is needed to complement long-range surface-to-air missiles.
Copy. Relocating. Roger. We're on the move.
A fine demonstration of our firepower, Commander. The message is clear. No country equipped with our anti-aircraft systems need worry about its airspace being violated.
Roger. We're on the move.
This is the tank firing range. A platoon of M1A2 Abrams is ready for the demonstration. Tank armor is much stronger on the front than on the sides. The training of our crews consists in maneuvering to engage the enemy from the flank, while minimizing the exposure of their own flanks. Tanks carry different types of rounds. Explosive rounds to engage infantry and lightly armored vehicles, and armor-piercing rounds to deal with highly armored targets. Explosive rounds are equally effective at any distance, but the penetration of armor-piercing rounds increases the closer you get to the target. You should move closer to the targets to demonstrate the increased penetrating power of the kinetic ammunition, Commander.
Send as many targets as possible. Let's see what a Soviet invasion of Europe would have looked like.
어머나?
Our tanks benefit from good reverse speed, which is not the case with Russian-designed tanks. This allows us to move backward to avoid being overrun, while maintaining our powerful frontal armor facing the enemy. Of American diplomacy.
You mean 70 tons of a diplomatic nightmare? I had explained to the Lithuanian government why they needed to reinforce all their road bridges from here to Poland to support their weight.
Sure, but when they arrive, nothing stands in their way. And how was your flight, Counselor?
Completely unremarkable. You know, I spent half my life in the air. So the only surprises would be finding snakes on the plane, flying the thing myself, or reaching my 60s without getting cancer. Helicopters are impressive machines. Boy, are they noisy.
Our pilots are ready to take off. Do you want to hop in for a ride, Counselor?
Certainly. It'll be a nice change from those little private helicopters that fly like cabs.
Cargo helicopters can transport troops and supplies, but also vehicles as long as their weight allows it. One of our vehicles broke down during a maneuver exercise. Let's go and recover it with our helicopter.
야, 이거를 군사고문이 타고 있는 헬기로 대신한다고? 진짜.
The hooks are in place. Now let's drop it off at the repair station.
Flying there now. DZ in sight. Prepare to unload.
The vehicle has been unloaded. The mechanics will get it back in working order. How about a little target practice now, Counselor? Get behind one of the machine guns, and we'll put you in range of some targets to shoot at.
But I have never fired a machine gun before.
Don't worry, it's very simple, and I'll be here to help.
헬기를 저기까지 끌고 가라고? 난 뭔 소린가 했네, 이게.
Chin up. Flight plan confirmed.
Here we go! Bum-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Come on, get some! Woo! Yeah! Get some! Get some! Yeah!
Pretty impressive for someone who's never shot before.
That must be a natural.
All the targets are down. Let's head back to the helipad.
I've not had that much fun in a long time. You sure know how to entertain, Major. You should come work with me. With you by my side, getting those contracts signed would be a breeze. Plus, you wouldn't have to work with this grumpy old man anymore.
Thank you for the offer. At the moment, I'm tied to my current assignment.
I see. Well, think about it.
Roger. Moving to next waypoint.
부러진 화살.
What's going on here?
Some of our vehicles broke down, apparently. Thanks to the diagnostic system integrated into our vehicles, we can easily identify which part is damaged.
We cannot let that happen. Not today.
Don't worry, sir. We have the necessary supplies to repair them. The commander will call a cargo truck from the support group and make sure they bring a big load of supplies with them. As soon as the supplies are unloaded next to the vehicles, the crew will handle the repairs automatically.
Double nickel. Last stop. Everybody out.
The vehicles are now fully operational again.
Reporting in.
Perfect. Now let's move on.
Driver, move back.
By the way, Counselor, where do you and the General know each other from?
We were
아 빨리 가기로
friends.
해야지.
Good friends, actually.
Next waypoint received.
Oh, and what happened?
Can we just not have this conversation, please? When do we get there?
This is the ATGM shooting ground. It stands for Anti-Tank Guided Missiles. They travel slower than tank rounds, but have a greater range. Their use is therefore preferable when the line of sight is unobstructed.
Yeah, I know that. Send the targets. Let's see that in practice.
In absence of a specific command, the gunners communicate their targets to each other. If a missile is already in flight, the other gunner will give priority to another target. That way, no missiles are wasted.
It's a pleasant surprise to see I'm not the only one worrying about the taxpayers' money here.
The range of the missiles can be superior to the detection range of the unit, so they generally work alongside recon units. The gunners are trained to switch targets mid-flight if the initial target disappears or if instructed to do so. This is particularly useful, as the long flight time of the missile can give time to the enemy to take cover or activate their smoke dischargers.
훈련이 너무
I
길어.
hope you use the old TOW 2A for this demonstration. The new top attack TOW 2B costs twice as much, so using them against anything other than a tank is a waste of resources.
Don't worry, sir. We use special training ammunition, both cheaper and less hazardous than regular ammo during exercises.
I see nothing happening here. What's going on?
It's a good sign, sir. Our troops are exercising their camouflage skills here. They try to reach the target area undetected by staying away from the hostile patrols, staying in cover as much as possible, and sprinting to move across open areas faster. Recon units are specially trained and equipped to remain as discreet as possible. They have a reduced visual, thermal, and electronic signature that makes them harder to detect.
Electronic signature. So they refrain from posting geolocalized selfies during the mission? Impressive.
Infiltrating. Walking like ghosts. Moving silent. Infiltration underway.
둘 다 저격수인데 한 명은 M48이고 한 명은 M40이네. 무슨 조합이야?
On the move. Stealth mode. Sneaking in.
신발종을 왜 위장을 안 했대?
Sniper's ready. Copy. Infiltrating. No time to lose.
Spotted.
아, 다시 해야 돼? 아,
Sniper's here.
너무 욕심부렸다.
Copy. We're moving in silence. We move in silence. Moving silent.
이런 게 너무 웃기네. 아니 왜 쏴?
Nabbed.
아니 왜 쏘는 거야? 이 멍청한 놈들아.
Order, sir. Stay low. Go fast. Infiltrating. Infiltration underway. On the move. Stealth mode. Walking like ghosts. Sneaking in. Double time. Copy. We're moving in silence. Moving quietly. Copy. Infiltrating.
Well, well. Looks like we have hide-and-seek champions.
Personal carrier here. Roger, we're Oscar Mike.
What's being built here?
Nothing. This is the close quarter training area. Infantrymen use these buildings to simulate urban combat. The rules are simple. We try to capture their sector, and they try to capture ours.
Sounds good. Let's see what you're made of, Commander.
보병 근접이니까.
Copy. Relocating. Rod, move out!
Infantry weapons have varying ranges and efficiencies. Long-range support weapons usually require the unit to be static, while short-range assault weapons can be fired on the move.
Rock up! we're
Assault
moving!
weapons are also more effective once in range, and can be used to breach buildings held by enemy
Rangers
units.
ready for combat! Rangers at your command, sir! Regroup
Yeah,
and
you-
move up! All ass! Weapons team standing by.
must therefore be kept out of their range as much as possible.
Heavy weapons here. Rock and roll! Come on, move in that building!
When units are under fire or take damage, their stress level increases, which makes them less efficient. There are 2 levels of stress expressed by a blinking orange or red color on their label. When a unit is low on ammo or heavily damaged, it's preferable to send it back to base rather than abandoning it to its fate. Units sent back to base become available again sooner, and you'll receive a bonus of requisition points proportional to their condition.
Rangers, ready for action! Check a leg!
온 거 아니야?
Weapons team in combat, requesting orders! Move the fuck up! Look alive! Weapons team at your orders. Need some heavy firepower? Find some cover! Get in that building! Don't stay here! Get in that building!
장갑차 있어야겠구만. 일부러 장갑차를 안 뽑았더니 장갑차 그냥 데려와야겠다.
Moving there now. Roger, moving out. Already there. Pedal to the metal. Striker at your command, sir. Armored transport, standing by. All walking sandbags, jump out. We have a building to secure.
Well, that was a good show, Commander. But it demonstrates one thing. Our allies are not ready at all to defend themselves. Had it been the Russians in front of them today, they would have been slaughtered.
Failure is part of training, sir. They're only reservists. They will continue to drill.
That's all well and good, but I'm not here for these trifles. I've got a major fighter jet contract to attend to. So here's the real showstopper. I want you to demonstrate its air-to-ground and air-to-air capabilities for our guests.
Take a seat, Miller. I'm in charge here.
Ah, General. I was wondering when you'd come out of hiding. So, what's on the menu, Chef?
We'll start with a classic. Close air support with good old A-10s.
Yeah, like in '91, the good old days. You never change your record, do you?
Shut up, Miller! Commander, you will be leading this demonstration. Call in an A-10 and order it to destroy the marked targets. Planes must work in coordination with recon to target enemy ground units. The recon detects and identifies the target while the plane maneuvers to attack it.
CAS, mission received.
아하, 오케이 오케이 트렌드 알았다.
Thunderbolt, ready to attack.
간다. 미사일 2개밖에 안 들고 왔구나.
Whoa! The sound of that gun always gives me chills. It reminds me of well, whatever. Send the plane back to base before it runs out of fuel.
Fencing out.
Now call in a Harrier to make a bombing run.
Oh, great. Another old crate.
New heading set. Green light. Bomb run on target. Pickle button. Hot and ready. Munitions on target. Nice
Send
fire.
the plane back to base before it runs out of fuel.
Back to home plate.
그냥 그러네.
All right, Commander. Send in the F-15EX now.
Finally.
This plane is equipped with a laser designation pod and smart bombs. You mark the target with the pod, and the bombs will correct their trajectory to hit with pinpoint accuracy.
Coordinates received. Commencing attack.
동밀타기 안 되는데?
Strike coordinates received.
You see, making gun runs and guiding missiles is outdated. Now, you drop a bomb from as far as you can and you let it do the job for you.
Well, let's try again with a moving target this time. And you'll see that a human is still needed to predict the target's trajectory.
Rolling on the target area. Coming around now. Roger that. Strike area confirmed. Going for effect. Airstrike is go for effect. Solid copy. Air support mission inbound. Eagle here. The Big Bird is in the air. Rolling on the target area. Coming around now. Coordinates received. Commencing attack.
The target is still standing, Commander. Don't make us look like fools. We're here to demonstrate the capabilities of this plane, not your lack of competence.
Airstrike is go for
이 항공은 제 전문이 아니라고요.
going for effect. Roger that. Strike area confirmed. Coordinates received. Commencing attack. Strike coordinates received.
맞는 것 같은데. 아, 이렇게 하는 거구나.
Airstrike is go for effect. Going for effect. Eagle copies.
When you take one of these bombs on the face like that, the coffin they send back home doesn't weigh much.
아,
Believe me.
레이저 지식인데 레이저가 안 켜지냐니.
Send in the second F-15, Commander. This time to demonstrate its air-to-air capabilities against drones.
We have potential buyers for dozens of these planes, so make sure these drones are shot down nice and clean, Commander.
Remind me, Miller, are we here to defend these people or to sell them weapons?
Selling them weapons means they can defend themselves. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. I just make sure they buy from the right bait and tackle shop.
Drone destroyed. Proceed to next target.
Eagle, standing by for orders. Eagle ready.
미사일 몇 발이나 쏘는 거야?
Target destroyed.
3 out of 3.
There's one more drone, Commander. Finish it.
Target locked. Engaging.
Great job, Commander. If we don't land a contract for a few jets after that, I'll be damned.
General, we've got a problem. I've asked confirmation from the airbase, and they sent 3 drones as planned, not 4.
Oh, shit. Don't tell me we scratched some civvies who can't read a map.
No, sir. The radar signature was definitely that of a UAV.
Well, in any case, that means trouble.
UAV가 여기 왜 와? 아, 드디어 했네.